we're players, we're hoopers, and we understand we need to put in work. Okay, but there's some confusion sometimes around how often do we really train? Should we train once? Is once a week good enough? Do we train twice a week, 3 times, 5 times, every single day? Well, I'm gonna answer your question with some questions questioning yours. Number one, how much do you want to get out of the game? Like, what is your end goal? If you want to play at a high level, your input has to be at a high level. Okay. So if you guys want to play high level of college basketball or you get to a position where you want to play pro, you have to train a lot more than just once or twice a week. That's not going to cut it. You really have to put in a lot of work. Okay. Next, you guys, that's kind of loaded thing. So I'm going to break down these questions for you. So next is going to be, how old are you? Because how old you are and where you're at in your career determines how often you're going to train, because that determines your goals. So if you're in fourth grade, train every day, maybe not. I probably wouldn't have you on the basketball court every single day. If you're in ninth grade, for sure. Like, you're for sure training at least 3 times a week. If that's what you know you want to do. If you know you want to play college basketball, especially D1 basketball, every day, as close to every day as possible. Like, no less than 5. That's the bare minimum. If you're in middle school, 2 to 4. Somewhere in that range is really good for you. Because if you really want to make at that next level, basketball is a skill sport. You have to have a lot of skill, and skills take a lot of time and repetitions to get fine-tuned in to where you can be a very highly skilled player. So those are 2 questions. Okay. Third question. What are we considering training? If we're talking about the on the court skills part, that's one answer. If we're talking about the weight room and getting stronger as far as a human being and as far as our physical performance, it's another part. But then there's an IQ part, watching film. There's another part of training. So if we're talking about on the court stuff, that goes back to your age and go back to your goals. On the court stuff, I gave you guys some answer with that. Weight room stuff, weight room can really be any every day. That doesn't mean you have to go bench press and squat everything every day, but anywhere from at least 2-3 times a week is really good. The younger you are, as you get older, you need to supplement and mix up how you work out. So you can do anything from 3 heavy days, or maybe 4 heavy days, depending on how you split it up, to doing so say you do 3 or 4 heavy days. If you split it up, you can do the rest of them being medium to light days. It really depends on your training frequency. If you want to do 3 days a week, 3 full body strength conditioning days, and then you can pair that up with 3 hardcore court days, and then you can rest to go lighter the other days. If you want to do 4 days a week, you might split it up upper body and lower body. 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days. And then on the lower body days, you go really hard, go really aggressive, train hard on the court. But then on the upper body days, you go a little bit lighter, might just do stationary stuff, shooting. Depends on where you are in age. There's a lot of factors we have to think about with this. But last but not least, film. Film can be done every day. 5 minutes of film, 15 minutes of film every day, 30 minutes of film. Depends, once again, depending on what you want to get out, determines what you got to put in. So these things are very important, and then people forget that the film part is a part of training. So you want to add more to your game mentally and your IQ without having wear and tear to your body and your knees and your joints and ligaments. Simply just watch film. Go watch some games and get that IQ piece rolling and watching film and understanding how to do things in pick and roll, or how to do this on defense, how to do that on offense. How do I score and get your lane easier? How does this player do it? Let me steal from them and add it to my game to figure out how can I develop this specific skill in this specific way. So all these things are determining on the other. So it's not so easy to just answer it. I have to give more detailed answers depending on you and who you are. But my last question I want you guys to answer for yourself. What time of year is it? Are we in season? Are we off season? Are we playing different sports in that season? Are we solely focused on basketball? So with these 4 questions, that's going to help you figure out what your training should look like. So let's say you are a 6th grader and you want to play college ball, you want to play a high level college ball, and you're serious about the game, like you really want to be serious, I would probably have you training no less than twice, 3 times a week on the court, and weight room 2-3 times a week as well. So give you like weekends off maybe, or maybe go a light Saturday, but 2-3 times a week we're hitting the court, 2-3 times a week we're hitting the weight room. Nice full body stuff, not going crazy with you, but just to get you stronger, get you certain level of strength that you should be at when you're at that stage. We are probably going to touch a little bit of film twice a week, maybe, just to get you touched up on that. So I know it's kind of boring to you, so we'll probably do either small little bits of film or once or twice a week of more heavy loaded, I guess you can say, film watching. If you're a 9th or 10th grader, and you're in season, we're probably going to back off a little bit. We might do 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on the schedule and what you got going on. We're probably going to touch the weight room heavy on your game days or right after game days, and then probably do a little light stuff between here and there. Court work, we're probably going to touch the court. You should be touching the court every day pretty much, because you're going to be you're either in your games or you're in the training sessions. So you're going to be training pretty much every day in season. Off season, pretty similar schedule. You're going to have a heavy days and a light days with that. You're probably going to sit down and have a good 3 or 4 days where you might be going medium to heavy. And you might have 2-3 days where you're going medium to light. It just depends on the schedule what you got going on. If you're playing other sports, probably going to work around that sports schedule and get you a little bit lighter on the court. Weight room should pretty much be similar, if not the exact same, because you should be training like an athlete, not a bodybuilder, and not like a power lifter. So your workout should be relatively the same throughout if you're about the 10th grade, And then you're in college, it's a whole different schedule, a whole different ball game. So it really depends on which stage and your age you're in, depending on what your goals are. And it's just so many factors that play a role into it. And hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully this helps you guys out to where you have a better understanding of where you're at and where you should train, of where you want to get to. So if you're really serious about this thing, you should put in a little bit more than what you think you do. Because more than likely you're not training hard enough to really get what you say you want to get out of it. And the younger you are, a little more leeway. The older you are, the more strict and the more input you should be putting into the game. Depending on what you're considering training. Do you need more skill work? Do you need more weight room work? Do you need to watch more film? The film can be pretty much every day. Skill work, probably every day. Weight room, no less than 3 times a week. Depends on that. Are we in season? Are we off season? Are we playing different sports in the off season, or strictly focusing on basketball? So hopefully I gave you guys a clear idea of what it means, of what goes into how much you should train. How much should I train during the week? How many sessions should I get in when talking about training? How often should I get in the court and get in the weight room? So that's it for you guys, man. That is what it takes to be training at a high level every single week. It depends on your age. It's really a loose question. I hope I gave specific enough answers to help you guys out and get some value out of it. If not, come in and let me know. Like, hey, I still got more questions. I still need to understand more. I'm not very clear on what you mean when you said that. So let me know. Hopefully I can help you guys out, provide even more value for you guys so you understand it. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in.